Guys, today we're going to be rebuilding the Carolina Panthers, but not like you would think. What we're doing is every single year, we're going to have the first pick overall, no matter what. Now, it's not because we're going to suck. It's because I'm going to give us the first overall pick every single year, and we're going to see how many years does it take for us to win a Super Bowl if we have the first pick every single year. I mean, come on now. What's the worst that can happen? Let's go ahead and sim to the playoffs because this team is interesting. I'll say it like that. Well, this was unexpected. Win 11-6 and finish as like the 5th or 6th seed in the playoffs. I love how Madden thinks the Carolina Panthers are such a good team, but in real life they're such not a good team. So with that being said, this is actually funny because I chose this team because I thought they wouldn't be the worst team in the NFL, but somehow, some way, this team decides that they're going to just absolutely change that around. So they started off 0-1, then they won a total of 4 games in a row, lost one, won a couple, and yeah. So how good? Now I got to think about this because I kind of had an idea where I was going to target in the draft. But now my question is, where should we target? 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 3,600 yards, 1,000 yards for Miles Sanders. Adam Thielen had 805 yards here. All right, so I'm thinking, I'm thinking a dominant pass rusher. I'm 1,000% thinking a dominant pass rusher here. We were 20th ranked offense. Okay, what were we defensively? 4th ranked defense. Okay. And we had no almost MVP award. Did our boy come in as Rookie of the Year? Potentially. NFC Rookie of the Year? No. He finished as 2nd, though. So that's somewhat of a positive one. So let's go into this playoff game and see what happened. Alright, so let's go ahead and sim to the end of the game. First playoff game. Playing the Atlanta Falcons, too. Alright, 7-7, 14-7, 14-14. Come on, boys. Let's just get the first one. If we win the Super Bowl in the first year, man, I don't even know what to say at that point. Like, this was an interesting concept if the team actually sucked, but they just won. What am I supposed to do here, guys? No, I don't think we're going to win a Super Bowl, but this is a good start. This proves this team can actually be very successful, and a couple first-round picks, well, first picks overall, could potentially change that around. So, 4 interceptions on Desmond Ridder. How is he still a starting quarterback in Madden? I think in real life, they actually benched him. Like, he's no longer the starting quarterback. Alright, so after the first season here, first playoff game, we're looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and skip through all of this, and let's go into our next one. Now we play the 12-5 Eagles. And I'll be honest with you, I do not expect us to win this game, okay? I'll be honest with you. There is almost a 0% chance. They're 12-5. They're one of the best teams in the league. If not the best team in the league, I kind of forget where the Eagles were ranked. I'll be honest with you. But, let's see. Let's just see. Maybe, just maybe, Carolina can start off 7-0 and then start off 10-0. Eagles, are you going to... Okay, this is kind of what I expected the Eagles to do, which was score points. Dude, this game is too close. This game is too close. Alright, we lost in the divisional. That's kind of what I expected. I'll be honest with you. No, I did not expect us to make the playoffs at all. So the fact we made the playoffs is actually amazing to me. But overall-wise, at least Bryce Young got a playoff win under his belt. So that's kind of something promising to look into for the foreseeable future. So at this point now, guys, we're going to sim to the Super Bowl, see who wins the Super Bowl, and then we're going to get right into the NFL draft because we're going to see how this could end up going. Also, a little side note here. Keep in mind, we cannot use free agency in this video. So we're not going to sign any of the free agents you see on your screen right now. It has to be literally the same team we have now. And we're just going to be using the first pick overall and obviously the rest of our draft picks to try to make the best team possible. I'm not going to actually use the rest of our draft picks. Like, I'm not going to pick them myself. I'll let the CPU pick them. But the first pick overall, I'm going to be picking throughout this video to see what we can get and how good we can play. All right, so I think it's pretty obvious who we're going to pick with this first pick overall. That's not even a question. So let me pause it real fast, and we're going to give Bryce Young probably the best wide receiver prospect out of college in a very, very long time. And that, of course, is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. This man is an absolute W-plus player. Let's be honest. He's going to be a very great player for this Panther squad for a very, very long time. So let's go ahead and select him here, and let's see what he can do. 93 speed, 94 acceleration as a rookie. He's good, guys. He's that. All right, so draft's over. First draft we had here, obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a superstar. But we got a left end who's a 74 raw, surprisingly enough. Pretty dang good. We also got a cornerback, a middle linebacker, so some pretty good options here. I'm not going to lie to you. So let's go ahead and sim 1 week, and I kind of want to look at the squad now going into preseason with, you know, all the upgrades we have made so far. All right, and here's what we got for the squad. Let's do best team available, and yeah, it's not really that bad. So obviously, yes, rookies, gonna take some time to develop, let's be honest. Not every single rookie is gonna be a superstar right away, but overall, we got a pretty good left end, not bad. Pretty good squad. I mean, we almost made a Super Bowl last year, okay? We almost made the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and sim right to the playoffs, and let's see what happens. All right. So we went 10-7. I guess, like, we actually did worse somehow than the first year. Don't know how that worked, but let's just go ahead and take a look at what happened. So starting off the season here, let me go ahead and go to regular season. So off 3-0, then we lost 3 games, then we won 3 games, then we lost 1, then we went on a winning streak, then we lost. Yeah, this is Madden simulation at its finest. Like, it's all over the place and it's random as can be. Alright, so let's look at stat-wise. So Bryce Young with Marvin Harrison Jr. with up to 4,200 yards on the year, 38 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Not bad. Marvin Harrison Jr., okay, 766 yards and 10 touchdowns. Is he a superstar X Factor? No, he's just a superstar. Okay, 85 overall, though, after his first year. It's not too horrendously bad. Let's look at defense. 7.5 sacks with Derek Brown. I know I talked about wanting to get a generational pass rusher last draft, but didn't work out in the end. We have... ooh, he finished as 8th in MVP race. All right, let's get right into this playoff game. All right, now getting into this playoff game, we put the Minnesota Vikings. Do they still have Kirko? I'm going to guess they still have Kirko. I didn't look at the roster, but we are down now 13-20 nothing. Is this offense even going to score? Bro. No, you got to tell me this offense can score. Come on now. We scored 7 points. We scored 7 points versus the Vikings defense. Is that Vikings 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown? Dude, that was alright, so we're gonna need a little bit more help than just having a wide receiver, apparently. Let's get on to the draft. Alright, I think it was very obvious that last year we actually did a pretty dang good job of taking Marvin Harrison Jr. I think this year, if I'm being honest with you, alright, this is like, there's less of a, like, focus. Last year was like, okay, we're going with a, you know, what's it called, wide receiver, right? We're going to give Bryce Young another weapon. And I could honestly go with another wide receiver here. I'm not really against the idea of going with a receiver. I don't think it's bad. I did say last year, we're going to go with a pass rusher. I know we have Brian Burns off the edge on one side. Guy doesn't look that bad. Maybe. Who's top 5? We got left ends, no top 5. We got a type 5 right end. He's not a scheme fit, though. I don't really like the fact he's not a scheme fit. Okay, we're going pass rush. He's 6'5", 271. We're taking him. We're going to see how he does for us. Maybe he'll do something good. We're going to sim the rest of this draft, though, and see how this ends up working out. All right, so not a bad draft. We took a running back in the 5th round. That was a 75 overall. We took a 73 tight end. We took a 72 Marquise Springs, and then we took our right end with our first pick. So let's just go ahead and sim 1 week and check out the roster. All right, so here's what we got going into this. Our third running back is a hidden potential guy. Yeah, Superstar X Factor quarterback, 84 overall. I laugh because this is like, what, the third year in his franchise, and he's still an 84 overall, but he's Superstar X Factor? How does that make sense? All right, and then on defense, we obviously have the guy we just drafted, Stevens. I kind of want to get him more involved. I'll be honest with you, so I'm probably going to put him a little bit higher up. We need a backup free safety or strong safety next draft, and definitely maybe working on corner a little bit. Let's go ahead and sim to the playoffs. Center is definitely a problem. So I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the F happened. We went 4-13. How did we go 4-13? Alright, so we won our first game, and then we just lost over and over and over again. Did Bryce Young go down with injury? That is the only way I could think we would go 4-13 at this point. No, I mean, he was the only quarterback who had stats for us, so it's 19 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. There could be a chance that Bryce Young was the problem. Okay. There is a hypothetical chance that Bryce Young is the problem. Good to know. I don't know why he just fell off the face of the earth. Alright, so, hear me out, right? We're going to take a quarterback. This draft class, the second best player in the draft class, is a strong-arm quarterback. He looks like he could be a generational talent, and honestly, I love Bryce Young. We picked up the 5th-year option on him, but I think it's time to move on for Bryce Young. It's time to use this first-round pick in a meaningful way and move on from Bryce Young in some way possible. Let's see how the rest of this draft ends up going. All right, so we took an 84 overall quarterback. He ended up being 84 overall. 72. We took a left guard in the 4th round, who's a 75. We took a D tackle in the 3rd round, who's 74. A wide receiver in the 2nd or 5th round, that's a 72. I cannot speak for some reason. Alright, let's go ahead and sim 1 week and see what the roster was looking like. Alright, so we ended up trading away Bryce Young. I know that's going to be controversial because, like, bro, you didn't even give him time to develop. But when we draft a new quarterback, you know, and the guy looks like he could be a generational quarterback, maybe it was a mistake, but in this video, we're trying to win a Super Bowl, okay? We're trying to play to win a Super Bowl here, so maybe it's not the smartest idea, but this is going to come down to Cofield and how good Cofield can do. We saw last year 19 touchdowns, 16 interceptions for Bryce Young. He's on last year, his 5th-year option. You know what? We're just going to kind of move on from there. So, I will be honest here. I was going to say kind of what I want to see out of this. And wait, where's that guy we drafted, the right end? And, oh, he was a star development trait. Okay, I thought he was going to be better than that. That kind of sucks. Did not really pan out as well as we wanted to. Alright, so I think we're going to go free safety or strong safety with the next draft or a cornerback. That's kind of where I'm feeling. Or maybe center, because apparently center is still a problem for us. So let's go ahead and sim to the playoffs. Alright, so we went 8-9. We did not make the playoffs, but at the same time, we are starting over with a brand new quarterback. So I guess that could be, you know, kind of a perspective type of thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I would not mind trying to draft first pick overall. And I know it's crazy to say this because wide receiver, you never do that. Either a tight end or a wide receiver first pick overall. Because I would not mind trying to build around this guy. Build around this quarterback. He had 32 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, right? Obviously, running back-wise, we did pretty good with Miles Sanders. Tyrone Keenan was our main guy. But Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't really been hitting. And because of that, I kind of want to maybe build around that. You know, it's funny. I drafted what I thought was going to be a career pass rusher. And, I mean, the guy is really a nothing burger. Stephen Stevens here. Who, again, first pick overall. Just because the player's first pick overall does not mean crap at the end of the day. Did our guy come in here? He did not, actually. Okay, so he wasn't in the MVP race. We were the 8th ranked offense. And the 12th ranked defense. All right, let's get to the draft. All right. Next year, another first round pick. I talked about free safety, and I think that's kind of where I want to go here. Ugh. Maybe strong safety. There's no like top 5 players, but again, you know, I only have the first overall pick. You know, after this, we have a second round pick, so I'm gonna miss out if I don't go with someone in the first round here. Even though it's gonna be way too early to take the person, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do here. This is a bust. This is gonna be a bust. Okay. That's gonna be a bust. That's our first bust out of this whole entire video so far. That did not go the way I wanted to go. I mean, he's a 74 overall, okay? He is normal development trait, which sucks. And for a first overall pick, you gotta get better than normal development trait. Got a strong safety, a left end, a middle linebacker. I mean, it wasn't a bad draft. It was actually a pretty dang good draft overall. Alright, so here's what we got going into... I don't know exactly what year it is at this point, but we need a center, bro. Why won't they draft a center? I'm not going to draft a center first pick overall. I refuse to do that. But we need a center of some kind, because if not, we're not going to win without a center. Like, this is actually a problem with us not taking a center. And our quarterback's an 88 overall X Factor. Nice. And we went 14-3. We got a new ability unlocked, and we won our conference. So we got a first round bye, boys. That's what I'm talking about. See? We got rid of Bryce Young, and it worked out over time. It worked out over time in the end. And what did we get? Did we get an MVP award? Low-key, I want to get MVP for my quarterback. Mainly because it actually increases their overall. So 4,800 yards, 37 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He also had 262 yards on the ground. We don't have a running back number 2, do we? We have like Miles Sanders, who's 31 now, and nobody else that is really that good. And Marvin Harrison Jr. was the biggest bust we ever took. I thought he was going to be like a record-setting guy, and he ended up being low-key a bust. We were the 3rd ranked offense. Did we win MVP? We didn't. We actually finished 5th in MVP race. 3rd ranked offense. What were we defensively? 5th. Okay, that's not bad. All right, so we got divisional round. We got the Washington Commanders, an 85 overall. So they're actually pretty good too. But you know what? We're better because we got a draft guy, right? We got a good player. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, come on. Let's get it, boys. Let's go. First drive. This is actually our rookie's quarterback. What? Well, not rookie anymore, but second-year quarterback now. This is his first playoff game. So 21-14, okay. Looking 28, okay. This might be his first playoff win. I'll be honest though, Bryce Young also had a couple playoff wins and then he lost, so. We destroyed. Okay, we destroyed. I like it. We destroyed and we look good. Alright, so he had today 3 touchdowns, 364 yards. Not bad. David Smith. Okay, so our backup running back actually had a pretty good day. Marvin Harrison Jr. Apparently he only plays when he's in the playoffs. And now we play the New Orleans Saints in the NFC Championship game. We are 1 game away from potential Super Bowl. We got a new quarterback, a new wide receiver on this team. We also took a new right end. Took a lot of new players, new free safety. Come on, man. We got to just get this Super Bowl. Get this Super Bowl win, baby. Let's go. And we started off 7-0. Okay, 7-7, 14-7. The Saints look like they might be potentially a really good team, too. Isn't that unfortunate? Guys, we have to score in the second half. Come on, offense. Okay. We scored. Defense. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're actually going to the Super Bowl. I am, like, actually heavily surprised for no reason. Alright, Panthers. 3-4. Okay. Not bad. Great day, overall-wise. I love how Tommy Tremble is still playing great football this long in his career. But you know what? We're going to the Super Bowl, and that's all that matters. Super Bowl time. Let's go, boys. Super Bowl time. We're taking on the LA Chargers. Can we get our first Super Bowl win here today, guys? Our goal for this video is to hit a Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl. I'll be honest with you, we might continue after that, though. I low-key want to see how good we can make this team. So we might go for more than one Super Bowl, and I think right now we're kind of in that Super Bowl time period, right, team-wise. And then we're just going to get better with the first pick overall, even though so far we've not really hit, gold as much, I will say. We haven't struck gold with some of these first pick overalls, but it happens, man. Listen, not every single first pick overall is going to be a superstar. Some of them have been pretty good. Some of them have been kind of iffy. But keep in mind, we did get a quarterback out of it, and that, of course, led us to this moment right here. So I think that's really what this comes down to. The quarterback was the best decision we could have made. Super Bowl. Okay, 3-0. This is just like the Rams. Oh my gosh, this is going to be the worst Super Bowl of all time. This is like the Rams Super Bowl versus the Patriots. Nobody's scoring, bro. We're going to lose the Super Bowl. Why couldn't we score on offense? Why could we not score on offense is my question. I am baffled how bad our offense did in that second half. We had that game in every way possible. That offense could not move the ball. Alright, so I actually have an option, or I have a player I want to go with. And ironically enough, he's literally the top player on this whole entire chart. Well, I don't know what's going on with Madden at this point, but for some reason, look at this receiving class. Top 5, top 5, top 5, top 5, top 5. Like, it is, sorry, not top 5, but first round picks. Like, this receiving class might be the best receiving class I have seen in Madden history. Like, I don't know why all these receivers are considered the best receivers of all time, pretty much. But, actually, now that I think about it, so Knight was considered the best receiver here, but he doesn't have an elite speed. That's my problem. You know what? Physical, we'll take him. Physical receiver. Oh. That means that one of the guys probably has 99 speed, because he wasn't even the best receiver speed-wise, and he had 95 speed. Alright, let's sim the rest of this draft. Alright, so this draft was pretty dang good. We got an 84 overall wide receiver. Pretty excited about that. He currently is hidden potential, so we'll see how good he actually ends up being. But Sap right here is 73. We have a 75 overall running back yet again. This guy is not hidden potential though, sadly, which kind of sucks. 74 overall corner. We took a quarterback apparently. Good job, CPU for drafting there. All right, so here's what we got going into this season. We got 84 overall Knight. We got Harrison. We still did not draft a center. I don't know why this game does not like centers, but apparently I'm going to have to draft center first pick overall eventually, because if not, this game just for some reason will not draft one. And we already said we are not going to be using any free agents or free agency in any way. So it's all the draft, and so far, center's not the position, man. All right. We went 8-9 and missed the playoffs. Madden simulation. Madden simulation. That's all I will say about all this, is Madden simulation. I don't fully understand it, but it is what it is. Let's look at our stats and awards. Let's see what this ended up being. 4,700 yards, 33 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Miles Sanders. We need to draft a new running back. We do. Like an actual, like crazy next-gen running back. Bryce Knight actually had a really great season. He's a superstar X Factor. I don't know why that got me so excited, but, we did draft him first pick overall, so I guess I kind of expected that. He was, of course, an 88 overall now, which is nice. He led our team in receiving yards, it looks like, but could not lead us to the playoffs, sadly, so that, did not work out as well. And, yeah, this team, man, it's like with an 8th ranked offense defensively, 32nd. So now our defense sucks. No MVP award for us. Oh, man. We're going to keep going, guys, at this point. All right, boys, here we go. Next draft. I have a player in mind I want to go with. And if we look at the roster right now, I think what we're going to go is try to go with a cornerback. And the reason why, right, because our defense was our problem last year, finishing 32nd. And a lot of the problem, I think, is we don't really get after the pass rusher. So I was kind of thinking about maybe potentially going with a pass rusher. But we tried that with Stevens, and well, that worked out. So I think we go cornerback and try to get some lockdown cornerback action. I believe there is a cornerback in the top 5 in this draft, I want to say, potentially. Yes, there is. I was going to see if there's any other ones. Yeah, no. Wow. So he's really the only guy here. Man-to-man corner. Let's go for it. Hidden potential. Okay, I'll take it. I will take it. I will take it. Let's go, boys. See how the rest of this draft turns out. That's why I love Madden so much is the CPU drafted Clint Woods, a 76 overall quarterback in the 2nd round. We finally took a center. That's awesome. We probably had the best draft class of any team in history at this point. We took an amazing quarterback, amazing right end, amazing outside linebacker, and a good center. Like, we took a lot of great players here in this draft. And he even has hidden potential. But we don't need a quarterback. We take a quarterback. Oh, man. All right, let's look at the roster. All right, so here's what our squad looks like going into this year. We have a hidden potential backup quarterback in case we don't decide to keep going with Cofield, which I'll be honest with you, spoiler alert, I'm going with Cofield moving forward. For our defense, we got a new cornerback here who we'll see how he ends up turning out, whether or not he's Super Bowl X Factor or not. We do have a new right outside linebacker, which is pretty nice, and yeah, we're just going to kind of go into this. Let's see how this turns out. Alright, so we made the playoffs 9-8. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, we have a good enough team with enough first-round draft picks, first picks overall to be successful. But I guess this makes sense why the Cleveland Browns for so long were, like, not really a good team, even though they kept drafting #1 overall. Although these players we have, it's not like they're, you know, bust or anything. They're actually pretty decently okay players. I just don't really know what's going on here. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is still probably the biggest bust we took out of all the players so far. Again, like I said, that's saying a lot because we're the 2nd ranked offense. What were we defensively? We still can't get it done defensively. For some odd reason, we cannot get it done defensively. Alright, let's get into the Eagles game. Sad part is, I feel like we peaked on our chance to win the Super Bowl because we had it. Literally, we got to a Super Bowl and lost it. Like, I feel like low-key, we had our best opportunity to win the Super Bowl that year. But you know what? It's okay. We went 14-3. We had a chance, and now we're in this situation, this predicament at this moment in time. And what we need is Cofield to get us through this and potentially win us this game and go all the way to a Super Bowl. Which, you know what? It's going to be a difficult task. But let's go, boys. Our defense actually got to stop there, which might have been the biggest, critical, most useful play I've ever seen in my life. Them getting a stop there when they could have went back up and actually made the game again was amazing. 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Eagles, Panthers here. Let's go. 163 yards and a touchdown for Knight. Marvin Harrison Jr., the one time he shows up is in the playoffs. Let's get to the division round playoff game. All right. Now we get to play literally the team that won the division against us. We also lost our D-tackle on injury, so you know what? It is what it is, boys. It is what it is. Let's go. We got Falcons football. We get to play the Atlanta Falcons, which, to be honest, I kind of will say Desmond Ridder should not be the starting quarterback anymore in this franchise. At least in this franchise. We are now far enough in the future where Desmond Ridder should be far away from the Atlanta Falcons franchise, okay? Maybe in real life he could be the Atlanta Falcons quarterback. All right, whatever. In this franchise, we have, you know, we have better technology to know that he just beat us. He just beat us. That was a very winnable game. That was a very winnable game, to say the least. We're going to use a draft pick I'd say a running back, but honestly at this point, we might. But we're going to do it on defense, I think. All right, so let's talk about it. I don't know. So our newest guy is Young. This is our newest left end. We just drafted 1st pick overall. And to be honest, yeah, he looks good. please, 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 please get some pass rush on some quarterbacks. That's all I ask for, Young. Be that superstar we need. We also took Eason. That's another guy. We took McKinney in that draft. I mean, again, apologize for not showing the extra draft, but the draft class. But I accidentally simmed it. Was not thinking. I apologize. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Let's go to the playoffs, and let's see how it goes. Alright, so we finished the season 11-6. Not bad at all. Still probably didn't win MVP for our quarterback, but 4,500 yards, 33 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Running back, still getting the job done. Here's the kicker, though. Look how many sacks we got with our first-round draft pick. Finally got an actual pass rusher. Nice. Finally a pass rusher. Our defense still ranked. Offense ranked 9th. Our defense still ranked somehow, someway 27th. So, it didn't really matter. And we know we were not in the MVP race, sadly enough. I want to see something real fast. Okay? I did that little pause there. So, we're starting off fast. We're starting off 3-1, 3-2, 4-2. And then it's kind of like we just drift throughout the season. It's such a weird team we have here. We start off doing amazing, then we start drifting a little bit, and then we kind of go. Alright, let's just win a Super Bowl, man. Let's just win a Super Bowl. That's all I ask to do here, man, is just go win a Super Bowl. We've had so many first picks overall, first round picks, like, at this point, there's no excuse not to go win a Super Bowl. Like, at this point, it's getting bad. Alright. 3-0. Okay. 7-3. There we go. Offense. Finally scoring. Tied the game up. I like it. We get stopped. We could score again. Now, we didn't obviously get the first round bye or any kind of, this is wild card. So, we have to win this game, division, and championship to get back to the Super Bowl. The one time we went to the Super Bowl in this franchise so far, we kind of was gifted that first round bye. This one, we don't get that. But Marvin Harrison Jr. did something in the playoffs, which is the only time he does anything. Doesn't do anything anytime else. Okay, I'm a hater right now, and I gotta chill. Alright, now we play 12-5 Lions, and I'll be less of a hater, man, but, like, this team, it's, ugh. They're not bad, but they're not good. They're not amazing, and they should be. That's my problem. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a problem at coach. I don't know. I don't really think so, but I kind of, maybe it is. And maybe it's the fact that I have not picked up any free agents since this video started. Maybe if we picked up more free agents, we would be a better team, but at the same time, that would defeat the purpose of, winning a Super Bowl with just first pick overalls. Not even first round draft pick, just first picks overall. We're going to the championship, guys. We're going to the championship. Let's get it. Alright, so what do we have? 2 touchdowns in this game, 224 yards, 61 for David Smith, okay. Marvin Harrison Jr., all he does is show up in the playoffs. Well, back to playing Desmond Ridder. NFC Championship game. Back to playing Desmond Ridder yet again. And I'll be honest with you, some teams, they take 60, 70 years to win a Super Bowl. They also don't have the first pick overall every single year. Unless you're the Cleveland Browns, then potentially it is. But they don't have the first round picks hit every year like we have had so far. Can someone please score? Okay, well, when I said someone please score, I didn't mean they should score. I meant like we should score, if that makes sense. And we're going to the Super Bowl right now, guys. Yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. I am not confident in anything after watching this game. What I'm confident is that Desmond Ridder is just one step worse than us. That's what I'm confident in right now. Like, we could win the Super Bowl. It depends on who we play, though. And we'll see. We play the Chargers again in the Super Bowl. What type of NFL script is this crap? We played the Chargers in 2 Super Bowls in this video so far. The first one, we played them. We lost to them in the Super Bowl. Now we play them again. This wasn't in Jerry's world. Is it more ironic the fact that the Cowboys, finally the Super Bowl in Cowboys Stadium and the Cowboys aren't in it? I think that's like a funny, just very funny thing to talk about, okay? But with that being said, it's our second Super Bowl. Last time we were here, we were with Bryce Young, I believe. Or we were with Cofield. I don't even remember anymore. All I know is I want to win a Super Bowl. Okay? Starting off 7-0. We could not score there, but it's okay. Okay, apparently our defense is just playing lockdown today. Our defense is actually playing good football today. I just need them to continue to play good football today. Come on. Do not choke this away. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A double thank you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if we would have choked away this Super Bowl, I don't even know what I would have said. I don't even know what I would have said, bro. I would have just been in disbelief that we choked away a second Super Bowl to the Chargers. We gave not only the Chargers their first Super Bowl win here, we also almost choked it away again and gave them a second Super Bowl win. So shout out to that fact that we actually didn't choke that away. Shout out to the fact that we're going to look at our final roster here, and I was going to keep going, but that I said that when we got to our first Super Bowl, and that was like 6-7 seasons ago. So that might have been like a tad bit long time ago, I'll be honest with you. We're now in the future. And yeah, so our quarterback had 4 tutties, 332 yards. A running back didn't really do much of anything. Marvin Harrison Jr. actually didn't do anything, which is kind of surprising. We had 2 sacks by Young. I'm telling you right now, he is like the MVP of this whole entire season. He's the reason we went to the Super Bowl. Alright, so I want to see real fast who won Super Bowl MVP. That is my question. Who won Super Bowl MVP? I would guess it's our quarterback. I mean, I don't really think there's any chance of that not being our quarterback. Right? Like, am I crazy to say that? I feel like usually it's a quarterback. Okay, yeah, that's what I expected. That was our first Super Bowl. That was their third Super Bowl. Man. Fact we finally won one is truly amazing. So, coming from what we had at one point, right? Marvin Harrison was our first round draft pick. First pick overall. Excuse me. Cofield was also, again, a first round draft pick, first pick overall. First pick overall wide receiver. Now, of course, some of these players hit outside of our first pick, let's be honest. But when it comes to just strictly our first pick, Smiley here, first pick, he hit. Stevens, he plays for us. Young, this guy right here, this guy hit. That hit big. Middle linebacker hit. Right outside linebacker. I don't remember if he was the first pick, but he was the first pick right here. Meredith. God, this thing's a Family Guy when I hear that name. Anyway, though, so we had a couple players hit, okay? We had a couple players hit, got to a Super Bowl, and walking away here with an 88 overall squad. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.